do my own thing.
We should be live.
We should be live.
We should be live.
And
Right now, it's still just your face with
Hands.
nerds and
Stay
stuff.
on target.
how much
Stay on
delay
target.
do we have?
What?
How much delay time do we have?
100 minutes.
Okay. Well,
100
we appear
minutes.
to be here now.
Hi.
Hola!
Hi. We're just hanging out, having some wild cherry Pepsi. I'm having some wild cherry
I was
Pepsi.
like, yeah, product placement.
Drinks.
I was not told there would be drinks.
Shit.
All right. Well, here goes our less than a handful time trying to do live streams on the channel. So wish us luck.
That's not a word.
If
Handful?
listen, woman.
Hey, you can't clap this.
I know.
This is
We're
live.
live, Jenny. What are you doing?
Welcome to my first and last couch time, because Martin will not want to invite me back.
So, we are live and we're hanging out with you guys. Daniel will keep up the YouTube portion just to make sure that this thing doesn't go down in a ball of flames, which it will. Which it will. It's already rated MA for some reason. We haven't even sworn yet or talked about
Really?
stuff.
We're already
What the
flagged?
fuck's up with that?
I don't know.
damn
It's
it.
some real bullshit, I think. Right. All right. Everybody gets 2. I've already used one of mine.
Daniel used his too.
Yep. All right.
No,
So
it's 2 instances, not 2 plunges.
we're already out.
He pulled out and
No,
put back in.
No, you're out.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
out.
you're out.
You're
You're
out.
out.
You're
Wait,
done.
I'm out too then. Damn. All right. So this is kind of what's gonna happen. We just hit 2 years as a YouTube channel.
Woo!
So we're hanging out, having fun. We're a bunch of woo girls on a couch, I guess.
Or one woo girl on a couch.
I'm a woo girl too. Everybody's a woo girl but you. Is the
A
weird
woo girl
part.
until proven otherwise.
Is the weird part. So we're gonna be hanging out. I spent a lot of last night scouring the interwebs, mostly our channel, for some of our favorite comments, and then I had these guys kind of pick some as well. So we have comments that we're gonna read from the last 2 years of YouTube channel stuff. And we have some miniature painting comments. We have role-playing game comments. We have comments on the channel. We'll probably have your comment if you're one of the 3 people watching right now. One of which is Daniel, so we do have his comments.
I'm watching too.
I'm watching from home because I can't make it. No, this is my house, so yeah. Anyways, yeah, so we got some comments. We'll be taking questions from anybody who wants to ask us questions and answering said questions. I think we're going to do that after comments for a little while. Because that's kind of all I have planned. And then we're going to take some questions and we're going to shoot the shit and hang out with you guys. So yeah, should be a lot of fun. Make sure you can see the chat if need
I
be.
literally just pulled it up.
Deal. Perfect. Off to a great start. So here's the thing. We all have pieces of paper. Retrieve them, please.
We can bring those back out now?
Yes, we can. All right.
Illusion shattered.
We have pieces of papers, and we're just going to read a couple of your comments. So first of all, hi. Welcome
Hello.
to Nerds and Stuff. We're doing our 2-year anniversary hangout, and we're very happy to be here. Thanks for joining us on a Wednesday night and or Thursday morning if you're Tomas Preble. This is like your royal wedding, but, terrible. Right. So, yeah, so we're just going to jump into it. I'm going to go first. The very first comment ever on our YouTube channel that wasn't one of the 4 people on the couch was from Rogue Rapier. And he said, your intro just earned you a sub on 0.1 Legacy of Ash. And I spent a long time working on the intro. We have text crawl, we have a hyperspace jump, a hyperspace tunnel. It took me like 2.5 weeks to make. So thank you. I'm glad that you were here and you were quite a frequent commenter early on, and I think you disappeared for a while, but now you're back. So, right. Another comment that we had, this is from Urban Shadows, the very first episode. I think we had made a terrible pun, and you took it and ran with it. Silver X94. Ha! Sink your teeth in, because, he's a vampire. Ha! ... I'll let myself out now. So I wanted to flag that comment because it's very funny and right in line with our very ridiculous sense of humor. While we're going to be covering a lot of people's comments, I just wanted to give a shout out to Benjamin Gibbons. When I was going through comments, I saw Benjamin. You're one of those commenters, or he's one of those commenters that almost like live comments everything that he's reacting and feeling in his heart and soul.
It's really the best.
Just on Urban Shadows episode 14, he left 4 comments in a row, and it's just all of your comments were a lot of fun. I didn't want to single out any single one of them. I just wanted to give you the award for probably most commenter of all the stuff that we do, because he really commits to what he's feeling and what he's thinking. Another one that I wanted to just give a little bit of preface for, and then we'll just kind of chain them out, is Henry McCulloch? I don't know. 11 months ago on Friends Like These, I think this is when we were building the city. I think there was like a phase of 3 months or so where we just all had a lot of fun shitting on Canada between a lot of different role-playing games we played. And God bless you fans from Canada. I hope you guys know that
if you're here, tell us how long we shit on your country.
for months on end. But we love Canada. We don't have anything against you.
It's not like we can really talk.
It's not like we can talk at all anymore. But we, it's the more you guys react to it, the more fun we have doing it. So the more we do it, almost just to have fun with you guys. So this person wrote, "I'm in Canada, capital T dot capital T." I'm assuming those are like shifty eyes at me. And he says, "It's not that dark, though it is north." Glares at you from atop his moose, which he rode off to work atop. I'll let you slide this time. Also, your guys' video of the match of 10 candles was epic. Any chance you'll play another one? Which we have. I love The Last Boat. I just ran it myself tonight. Played the character. I played it as a character a week before. It would be fun to watch all you struggle through another one. This is referring to The Last Boat. We had since done the cruise ship one.
Yeah.
I almost said Echoes, but it's not Echoes. What's the name?
I was in it.
It's not The Last Boat. I keep
Nope.
on to say
Lights.
Adrift.
Yeah.
Adrift.
Wow.
And then he says, goes back into his igloo.
Yeah,
So,
we played that. Yeah.
yeah, goes
That
back
was
into his
us.
igloo was the punchline there. Thank you very much. Sterling, start us up.
Oh, okay. I've got a comment here by Desade M.
You got to say the YouTube names confidently. Okay, we got.
Well, I'm apologizing now if I mess up anyone's.
we got to pretend like we have memorized them all.
All right.
Otherwise,
well,
we're not good YouTubers.
It's Desade M.
Ooh. I like
Desade
it.
M.
Oh,
I don't know.
now you're on
Yeah,
fire.
now you're doubting
By
yourself.
far the best quality, most informative, and most entertaining Edge of the Empire series I've seen on YouTube. Sticking his tongue out at us.
Yeah.
Exactly what I've been looking for.
Perfect. And fun fact, I'm pretty sure that's the comment with the most likes on the entire channel at 21 likes
Nice.
as of this recording. So
We like statistics.
thank you. Yeah, I'm a big analytics nerd.
Keep
Right.
going?
Yep, we're just
Alright.
going to chain up the full page.
All right. El Heru 42. Okay, I'm 3 minutes in, and I'm already impressed. You guys haven't even started role-playing yet, and I can see that this is going to be well-run, well put together, and very interesting. From one Edge of the Empire GM to another, I'm excited to start this journey.
Nice. And then a lot of these are going to be early legacy
Yeah,
of
all
Ash.
of these are early legacy on this page. Vucker.
Uh-oh.
That's a funny name. This will have a darker tone, a darker theme, and definitely will have some mature content.
Was Martin's
Consider
warning.
this your warning. 3rd hour in.
That's all you too.
The sandwich is sticky with orange fizzy pop, but your Wookiee friend eats it anyway. Glad I got that warning.
And
Yeah.
then I think you threw your blaster down the hallway, didn't you?
That never
Because
happened.
it was sticky.
Ah!
That's where space aid started.
Exactly.
That
Yeah.
No,
That
I
is
think
what-
it's been around for a long time. It's just
Listen,
becoming more
I think
prevalent
Legacy
now.
of Ash was supposed to be a lot of things, but it is what it is now. We're about yay deep.
Just keep pushing.
Yeah. You'll get that in 3 weeks.
You'll get that soon. Don't you worry.
All
We
right.
played Legacy of Ash recently, and that's why we're giddy.
Yeah.
Jason Heim. My god. Is this what I have to look forward to? My first session GMing for Star Wars? I had a player turn a cantina drink machine into a flamethrower. I can only imagine that there'll be inter-party stunning and injury in my future.
Yep, and
That
that was
sounds
left
like
on.
a great use of
That
the
was
mechanics.
left
That
on
was
the
probably
Friends
Friends Shoot
Shooting
Friends.
Friends episode. Yep. Thank you for your comment.
From Broba. Like Boba, but he's my bro.
His backpack's got
He still wears the helmet.
Coors
He's
Light.
got nothing
Yeah.
but PBRs.
Do you ever look at your players and think, I'm surrounded by ridiculous idiots?
Yes,
Yes.
because we look at our
XD.
GM the same way.
Yes. And I think that comment was directed directly at me, and 100%. 100% yes. But I think I'm an enabler more than a disabler.
You absolutely are.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Thwarted again.
From Jake S. This show is something I look forward to every week. I absolutely adore the humor and how the events seem to play out. From a true Star Wars fan, love it. Upside down smiley face.
I think we can leave the emojis out.
Are they from Australia?
No, he's actually a frequent commenter. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The smiley face swirls the other way is what you're thinking.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Okay, I just needed to make sure.
Whenever Daniel asks a very technical question, just shut him down
It's
with
usually a
stupid
joke.
Yeah.
And it's usually going in
Counter
a
him
place
with a
that
dumber
nobody's
joke.
catching.
Counter him with a dumber joke. That's your job now as the
I
leftmost
can't. I don't
person
know
to
if I
him.
can make dumber jokes.
Womp womp.
Well, look at you! Oh,
First couch time, and we
got
got the big pants on.
yeah, we got the big
Oh, I
girl
get to sit
jokes.
on everybody's sandwich today.
You're welcome.
We're only on page 1 of comments.
You're the ones that invited me.
Alright, Mr. Knowles. First, I felt like this is too much, like a comedy series. I was expecting maybe some serious story. But now, I think this is the best Star Wars campaign I've seen. Great GM and great players. Everyone have fun, and story just seems to get better. And also good editing. I was lucky to find this site. I hope you get more views / subscribers in time.
Perfect. I love how his comments like, first of all, your shit is kind of dumb because it's too funny. But by God, you guys won me over. And now I love your dumb jokes. So, yeah, thank you for joining
We have
us.
shining personalities.
Thank you for joining us. I make a really cool trailer for stuff, and then it unravels quickly. And we even have a comment that further encapsulates that idea. Keep going.
From Jelly Iorm.
I think it's Lorem.
Jelly Lorem. Maybe.
That's
That's
how I've
what
been
I was
pronouncing
gonna
it
say,
forever.
and I've got it on here
Yeah,
too. So
frequent commenter, so if we're fucking
Yeah,
your name up.
that is definitely
You
Jelly
should let us
Lorem.
know.
Yeah.
Because Jelly Iorum just wouldn't flow
Or
naturally.
it's Jelly Lore M. Because it's a
Yeah, it's a
capital,
capital
E.
E.
You let us know how bad we're fucking it, because we're all fucking
is
it
it
up.
supposed to be a capital I too, though, or is that an L?
I can't remember
Okay,
how YouTube
comment.
does it
I just
capitalized.
been watched the entire series. Now what do I do with my life?
Binge
Right.
watch it again.
Do it again.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Do it again. More episodes are
Not
going to
that.
be coming out
Not
before
that.
it. So
100%
That's my-
not that.
Sorry, I thought we were playing Dread for a second. That's my go-to. All right,
That's Var's answer, not your
page
answer.
1, done.
Page 1 is done.
Yay!
Woo!
Page
That's
2.
me! So I have Porkins 2.
Porkins.
Porkins!
I'm assuming the first
We
one
love
was
your
taken.
Came
picture.
from behind.
I love how
Bring
the
me
op-
honey butter.
Excuse
Just reading
me.
a comment, sir. Sir.
I love how the opening crawl and episode theme music is so dark and menacing. Then the story starts, and the bumbling heroes and dysfunctional knuckleheads enter stage left.
Exactly. That's
Yep.
the comment I was waiting for on the last one.
Now, what's worse, to be a bumbling hero or a dysfunctional knucklehead?
No, we're both. All of us are both.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're both.
We're
Okay.
both.
Yeah, I think they're talking about the characters and the players.
Yes.
I'll have to add those titles to my business cards.
Exactly.
And then I have Jess Robert. Yeah, Robert. This episode can be summed up in 5 minutes of plot and an hour of utter nonsense. But that's why I love it.
And I think that one's for the whole campaign.
Well,
Right.
yeah, probably.
Yeah. It's left on a specific episode, but I don't know if a truer statement was ever made of our campaign.
These are all from Legacy of Ash. I should have said that. And then I have the Grim X Corps. That's
Yeah.
how I'm going to say that.
Frequent commenter.
Hi. This show makes me happy for Mondays. I really want Bruto to just 180 his attitude toward the captain at this point. His feelings dashed by her tramping around.
No.
Hashtag feels bad, man.
So this was back
Man.
when Bruto was
For
like
some reason, people
modding
were
her
shipping
gun.
Bruto and the captain.
That's because the rest of the table was
Was
trying to make it
trying- yeah,
happen.
Yeah.
I was like, she even
You were
made
like,
mention of it the other
modding her
night.
gun. Yeah. Trust me,
I'm
that's
sorry,
not
that's-
the only comment the
That's
fans.
the one thing my character's good at.
That's not the only comment the fans were pressing. For weeks, there was a lot of tension in the comments
Mhm.
between Bruto and Triz.
Well, the table was shipping it as well, so.
It was a very will they or won't they moment.
Yeah, oh man. Fans were
Apparently.
tuning in.
Apparently, won't they, was the answer.
Spoilers.
Yeah, we're reading comments from all the stuff, so.
Yeah, I was like, and if they're this far in.
Yeah,
And then what did we decide? How did we decide we're saying this one? Jelly Lore?
just Jelly Lorem.
Jelly
It's
Lore
too
is
late.
how I'm saying it. Jesus, what's next? Is Creeblet going to OD on engine cooling?
Yeah, so this was taken from 3.6, which is a very depressing episode. for various reasons.
Yeah.
And so the next couple comments reflect the depravity of the situation. If you want to take Jess Roberts' next comment.
From Jess Roberts. Holy hell. Wow. What was it you said? Shit gets dark when Kathy's not here.
Kathy left for one session.
Oh, fuck.
And someone went for a trip out the airlock.
And now I'm really going to feel bad if it's Tomas, but I can't.
Tomas Prebill.
Tomas.
Thank you.
Prebill, as
We
the
looked
computer
it up.
says it.
And there goes happy times of beach volleyball and silly events. On the other hand, it's nice to see the campaign is not the same all the time, and the whole crew has its ups and downs, daring missions and sad revelations. It keeps the campaign interesting to watch and looking forward for what's going to happen next. And yes, Captain will have to deal with lots of shocks when she's back.
Don't thrust it. You've already lost your 2 strokes.
It was shocking. It's different.
No.
I don't have enough hands to do it here.
Oh, Jesus. Don't, no. All right. What's up? You got another comment?
I've got the last
Please cut
comment.
Daniel off anytime he talks now.
Jelly Lorm? Is that? No,
Jelly
that's
Laurel.
not right.
You just read this.
Anyway, I miss Anders already. All of you need to shut up. Anyway,
Is that what Jelly wrote?
No, that's what I wrote. That is me adding it. I miss Anders already. Not gonna lie, I teared up a bit at the mention of the friendship circle. I'm going to put an Anders Memorial airlock in one of my games.
That's
we bring
really,
up the friendship circle
it's really dark.
a lot,
Yeah.
even when he's gone.
Yep.
It
All right.
just
Been
usually
coming
doesn't
back,
work
yeah.
well for us, though.
Jelly Lorem from episode 4. I have page 3.
I was gonna say,
okay.
you said it right.
Yeah. He left this really wild comment, so I wanted to highlight it because it's amazing. It says, episode rating, Cath Hounds, B+. This is when we fought on the ice
I
lake.
like this one.
RC's reassurances, D. Ice, on a 5 to 13 scale, 8. Vars melee, F minus.
Yay!
You probably
I
tried to
think
melee.
that's where she stabbed herself with the knife, wasn't it?
It probably
Probably.
is.
I also ended up at some point like taking off any of the warm clothes that I had bought.
I think
and
you did that
so-
when we left town,
Yeah.
actually.
So I'm pretty sure it was
These are
freezing.
heavy.
Captain's leadership, check plus. I like how his metric changes. Bruto fixin' things, clubs over pie. Other notable factors, eminence, 40% chance of component, or comportment equals grim, and standard deviation, they're all deviants. Overall prognosis, red D12. Thank you for your well thought out, possibly under the influence comment.
We have read that comment a lot of times.
Yep.
And I've loved it every time.
Followed up
Changes meanings every time.
by another great comment from Death Penguin Zed. You can thank Sterling for this, as he mentioned the partridge on the 12th day of Dantooine the Empire gave to me. 12 troopers a marching, 11 walkers walking, 10 lambdas landing, 9 lasers blasting, 8 star destroyers, 7 rocket troopers, 6 rebel scum, 5 friends shooting friends, 4 flying ties, 3 frag grenades, 2 lords of the Sith, and a Kree blick in a space pear tree.
When Martin decides to kill the group, he's gonna go to that for inspiration, I think.
Ooh, yeah. There's a lot of juicy stuff in there.
Why'd you give him that idea?
Damn it, Sterling. That's a strike.
Tomas Prebill says, this is on 7.3, a fairly-ish recent episode. You can't do this to me. Droid Cannon almost made me spit out my drink. On the other hand, there's some serious moments you had there. Great to have the tension and laughs combined so smoothly.
Well
That would
fired,
just-
sir.
that was-
Droid
Yeah, there was a couple
Cannon.
Droid Cannon comments, but that was the best one. Next from Inspectors, William J., who's a fairly frequent commenter, said, I enjoyed how you cater everything in... I enjoy how you cater every intro depending on the series. Dread has its own unique intro. Legacy of Ash has its own intro. It's really nice to see. Super quick funny story about that is when we first started this whole Nerds and Stuff thing, Sterling came over to my house and I was like, I had all my video editing equipment out and we busted out all my miniatures and my X-Wings and all this board game bullshit, and we're just doing like dolly pans for like 30 minutes
Oh,
of the
it was
same
fun.
shot. And Sterling, who has not done much video in his life, is like, what the fuck is happening right now? And God bless him for, I think it took us like 5 hours to shoot a lot of the cool
I think
stuff.
my favorite part was the dice rolling.
Oh yeah, when we just set up a camera on my table and rolled probably 24 times just to get a cool looking thing. So thank you for appreciating the stupid bumpers that we made, because those 12 seconds took two of us
3
about
hours.
4 hours to make. So thank you.
I think my favorite part was when we got your X-Wing model and zoomed in on R2-D2.
And then I put a space background beyond it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Page 4?
Yep.
Alright, this one is from 10 Candles. From Stephen Dewey,
Ooh,
who is the
the
creator.
creator of the game.
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys nailed it. I'm sobbing over here. Well done. And he says from at 2:34
Timestamps.
timestamps.
Check out
Yeah.
the last boat to find out his comment. Yeah.
Broke my heart. You can hear the resignation in Sabrina's voice. So damn good.
Yes.
In fact, we're the crew of that one shot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Another 10 Candles from Miharu Fu. I asked for horror, not tragedy. I'm so sad right now. This was awesome. I hope you like stalkerish fans because I'ma be on this channel every day.
Who
So,
is this?
Miharu Fu.
She found us on a
yes.
dread, and she's like, "Hey, I love every single one of your dreads. You guys should play more." I know. First of all,
I think she was
know.
the first more dread person.
Second of all,
I think I was the first more dread
That's
person.
fair. That's fair.
But okay.
Oh my God, is that you? No, you're just ghosting us. And then she said, "What else can I watch that's like Dread?" And I said, "Watch 10 Candles." And then she yelled at me because it was too sad.
I think all of our 10 Candles have tragedy in them, though.
Well, that's the nature of the game.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but a lot of it.
So you're saying we should
Play
play
more
it
of both.
happier,
No, I'm saying we should play more.
and then you all die.
Maybe we turn the lights on.
No, then I have to put pants on. Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe that was the point.
So the last two comments were from the last boat. This one's from Adrift.
The one 10 Candles we played.
That I still almost couldn't remember the name to. From Tactical Genius. Gone for a few months. FLT is finished. LOA is on episode 5. And 10 Candles is back. Binge mode, active.
God bless you, bingers. Every single time we see someone tear through a compliment or through our content, it's like a little compliment because binge-worthy stuff is a compliment. It means that you can watch us. Sometimes, Robin, I'm looking at you for like 19 hours a day, and
Still doing okay, buddy?
still just living your best life, and just watching our content, which means you don't hate us enough to change the channel. There's a lot of YouTube out there. Second largest search engine ever.
Yeah.
So nice.
And
Next,
owned by the first.
yeah. In fact, Stanley Morgan or some big company just valued it at like $130 billion or something, and they said that if YouTube was its own company, it'd be as big as Walt Disney
Wow.
as far as revenue wise. So that's cool. Thanks for watching our dumb channel. Next comment.
This one is from Friends Like These. It's Jelly Orem again. This actually looks like an intro into a Prime TV show.
Yes. So these are on our trailers, by the way.
Yeah,
These
this
first
one's on
couple
our
comments.
trailers.
Yep.
You all are getting good.
Thank you. That trailer was a lot of fun to shoot.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We all got sick, but...
I actually didn't get sick. It's because that was my third time up in that burnt out
so you'd
husk of a
already
building. So I already built up
built
the
the
immunity
immunity.
to the asbestos.
I was
and the
sick
burnt
going
lung.
up there, and I was sick for like 2 months.
Yeah, I almost killed him with our Friends Like These trailer shoot.
You guys spent a long time up there too, right?
Yeah.
Hours.
Yeah.
Hours shooting
I
that
was
thing.
Yeah,
like,
longer
I
than
spent
we
like
probably should have,
5
for
minutes
sure.
up there
Yeah.
and wanted to die.
And then the next comment is from the making of trailer
Oh, okay.
Yeah. that Rogelio made.
The Grim Core. I love these videos because of the tons of people who think YouTube is such an easy thing to just jump into, which it is, but to do it well takes some real work. And it's great to see the process you guys used for this amazing trailer.
Thank you.
It's a great compliment.
Yeah, we all really appreciate that because you see the trailer, and actually the trailer has a fraction of the views the first episode has, so people might not even see it before they watch our campaign, which is, I don't know, backwards in my thought process. I thought the trailer would have a ton of views and then nobody would watch the actual campaign. But for us to make that trailer and then put out a making of, and for it to be so well received, within a couple days it had over 100 views, which was really, really cool. So thank you. Everything we do, we put a lot of time and energy into, and it's nice to see that you guys notice that.
And this is Tomas. I watched, I enjoyed, I wait for next episode. I really like the atmosphere of this game, making debts and all those small details you're creating on the way. New Salem is slowly emerging from the shadows and materializing into a living, well, there are some undead, but you know what I mean, and breathing place with a dark and disturbing world hidden underneath the ordinary mask it's wearing. Characters are diverse and interesting. Daniel's classy vampire is already creating goosebumps, and Junior's Jake is just a poor soul who's getting into trouble and debts in no time. I'm waiting how Sterling's mage will turn out, but it was interesting to see his troubles already. Great work, gentlemen.
That was from the first
That was the
episode
first
too.
episode.
Yeah.
The very first.
Off to not a bad start.
Death Penguin Zed. Little did Jake realize the money in the briefcase was Japanese yen and only 40 US dollars.
So a tiny bit of context for anyone who hasn't seen that. He receives a briefcase full of money from a Japanese businessman. And he doesn't take the time to count it or anything. And we never disclose how much it was because it's a narrative briefcase of money. Basically big bribe for narrative purposes. And that comment is just so low-key and subtle and funny to me because... yeah,
That's
I just
exactly
loved
what Jake would have done. Anyway.
Oh wow, yeah, that looks like a
this
lot
looks
of.
great.
It looks like fancy money
Feels
too.
heavy.
And then this one comes on the last episode of Urban Shadows from Benjamin Gibbons. So ends one of the most amazing series on YouTube. Rest in peace, friends like these.
Thank you. There is some more from
I
friends
have
like
a
these as
number
well.
of comments from the last episode of Friends Like These. The first one comes from Ostbot, which I feel like should have a number off after it. But
Unless he's the first.
this was so good. I absolutely adore all of you guys and can't wait to see more games in the future.
Thank you. We can't
Then-
wait to play more games in the future.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Us too.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we got one from Death Penguin Zed. That was brutal, but amazing. Everyone did a fantastic job, and I came to love all your characters. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, we have one from Delta Squad 4577. Slow clap. Just slow clap. And all these, well, those three were on the last episode. Next up,
I think it's the recap or the
I
post
think this is the
finale
post
talk about
the
stuff.
post-mortem. This is from Lady Fate 13. Absolutely fantastic, gentlemen. I truly commend your synergistic gaming group. This entire campaign has been dark and beautiful, and it is all because of you. Thank you so much for sharing your talents. I and the rest of your subscribers eagerly await the next escapade.
We're close on its heels. I know it's been a while, but we're
Really love
back in LOA.
comments like that.
Yeah. And especially, I wanted to showcase some of these kind of finale, because we're getting very close to the Star Wars finale, and we had only played that game for 20 hours and some change because of all the other character creation stuff and stuff like that, but it was such a powerful experience for us that seeing you guys enjoy the finale of the campaign and knowing that some of you have even gone back and watched it multiple times, really, I think, showcases what we're doing right and what we're doing right for you guys and with you guys and having a lot of fun doing it. So I really, those comments touch me near and dear as the GM, and I was so inspired. I wore my Friends Like These shirt because it got me feeling very nostalgic for that setting and the memories.
More Star Wars.
Damn it! All right, I'll go change.
How about that? We actually did.
Star Wars.
Almost as though we coordinated
You
it.
can tell we had a lot of fun playing Legacy
They're all
recently.
Empire shirts too.
I'm gonna go get my Rebel shirt. And I'm just gonna come back without a shirt on.
Just sit on the
Rebels!
Ugh. We'll get flagged.
Oh, probably.
So this one comes from Tomas. It's on the last episode of Urban Shadows. Well, I miss end titles slowly scrolling with some appropriate music to have time to soak it up. Holy, this ending overcomes all my expectations. What a great role-playing from all of you. Okay, I need a break now to swallow all emotions. Best damn dark campaign I ever saw.
Thank you.
And I've got one more. This is from Echoes, it seems. From the Angry Scott. You guys just earned yourselves a new subscriber. You guys are funny as fuck. Then, where's the dick in this house? Part just... Oh, the where's the dick in this house part just fucking slayed me.
Yeah.
XD. Which is a cross-eyed smiley with a mouth open.
Yep. I think that was my line, unfortunately.
Yep.
Where's the dick in this house? And that was me playing a female
Just rewatched
character.
that
No
part
problem.
a little bit
No problem.
ago.
And I believe you get to round us out with two comments.
Two comments from
One of which is the best, I think, the best and worst single-handed comment we've ever gotten on this channel. So
6 months ago on one of our dreads. Hulk Gamer. Awesome as always. I think there should be a weekly dread.
I agree. I
Oh,
100% agree.
yeah, I just put that comment in there because I hear you. I hear you.
We understand the sentiment.
Yeah, here's the deal. Dread is really fucking hard to prep for me. And, yeah, it's really... I don't think Daniel or Sterling would ever want to play it more than very infrequently because it's super stressful.
You have to pick up smoking or something.
Yep.
Calm the nerves.
Yep. Sterling is just going to be Michael J. Fox when he's not at my house. So, last comment, please.
Anyway, just rolling right along.
Yeah. All right,
Oh, boy.
everybody just brace yourselves. We're getting into the weeds here.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Try my best dramatic reading of this comment that came 5 days ago.
It deserves it, too.
I don't know if I can handle your dramatic reading
You're going
of
to
it.
have to lock it up.
Not that attitude.
Yep.
Sterling stands up. Everyone backs up to give him space as he spreads his legs in a stance perfected by many sessions of pulling. He then focuses intensely on the rigid structure in front of him as he puts his finger, index, and thumb in position to grab it. He gets close to touching it for the first time of the night, and a bead of sweat drips down his forehead, with the thoughts of all the eyes in the room on him, the men and women he considers close friends that are lucky enough to be only mere feet away from him as he starts on what some of the internet would consider a sacred ritual and one they would love to see daily. Some would even like to witness it many times a day. Those with the true addiction to watch are known to pay to witness it and are acknowledged on couch time for doing so. This, however, being his first real pull in many months, Sterling debates on the best way to continue, thinking he might just grab at the tall erection quickly, but others have done this and failed as it caused it to fall prematurely, and creating a huge splat, making a mess all over the table and floor in front of them,
And the floor.
Thus-
And your voice.
halting the continued pleasure of the night, until it was all cleared up to just start again, with someone else taking their turn, at the now less than perfect wood that was last erected before them. Sterling decides to touch it ever so gently, caressing it with his little finger, then with his thumb and finger. He sees it twitch, as if it was already ready for the excitement.
What a dirty tower.
Just then, he realizes the last person to pull on it left it in the not-so-rigid state that everyone had hoped for, and that if he touched it even one more time, it would surely be the end. Saying it would be left in a flaccid state would be overstating the outcome. Sterling then, making a bold
They
move,
keep it going, man.
flexes his index finger and thumb into what most know to be an okay sign, and Daniel, however, it is known as the symbol for a butthole. He refocuses for what people are sure will be the climax, hearts all around racing with excitement. He quickly lets his finger free, shooting the piece out of the tower. Everyone cheers, thinking, now that is how Jenga is played. Awesome, Sterling. Dread.
What a dramatic reading. First of all,
Yeah, I like that we developed the
First of all,
Shakespeare accent.
golf
going
clap
on.
for Sterling's read-through of the comment. Furthermore, we're going to simultaneously golf clap and kind of boo that comment. Yay, boo.
Shame. Shame.
No, thank you, each and every one of you, for your comments. If we, I have 6 other pages of comments that were on the fence to get read, but we're already like 30 minutes into this, so we're going to stop with comments, but if we didn't read your comment, I guarantee it's in that pile over there, because... Oh yeah, we still got miniature painting. Before we get to miniature painting, I want to tell each and every one of you that both on Facebook, in the group, as well as on my Twitter, please...
At Nerds and Stuff YT.
Thank you. He's my social media guy. Make sure to send us questions, because as soon as we get through miniature painting comments, we're going, and there's only 2 pages, so don't fret. If you're like, what the fuck, these guys are just circle jerking their own comment section right now.
That's couch time.
That's mostly what we do. Just do gross stuff. Okay.
Yeah, that's us.
So send us questions. Twitter will kind of get a priority because it's easier for me to read than going on a Facebook group and stuff like that. So tweet at me, Nerds and Stuff YT, or go in the Facebook group and leave a comment on Sterling's thread, and we'll answer your questions, and we'll kind of shoot this shit for the rest of the hour. So Daniel, take it away.
Hey! I'm going to start with probably my favorite miniature painting comment I've ever got. And it's not about brushes. It's from Slightly1337 or Slightly Leet. Listening to your in-between dialogue makes me want to be your friend.
That's fair.
And that gives me the warm fuzzies on the inside. If anybody's curious, I guess I will answer the brushes question here since it gets asked all the time. It's probably an honorable mention.
It's probably our most commented
common.
question.
Yeah. So what brushes do I use? I use painting brushes. Okay.
That was easy.
Next comes from Joseph Ferrante. You could be an audiobook narrator. If you've got a contract deal, send it my way. I'd love to do that. That sounds like fun. Then I've got one here from SMA Haiku. SMA Haiku. That was great. From general commentaries through painting tips and tricks to the final completion of the figure. Excellent work all around. I got another fun one here from Twitchster77. Sir, your fingernail art is breathtaking. Thanks for the video. : D.
Well, fun fact, that wasn't even left on a finger painting thumbnail video.
No, that was sent to my PMs in Twitter. And then we got one from Heroes and Bosses. He's been a friend of the channel for a long time.
Very long time. He is one of our featured channels off to the side.
And this was from one of my first basing videos. Well, now I have to rebase all of my original Zombicide miniatures. Thanks for adding to my workload. Winky smile. Haha, great tutorial. Exclamation point.
That's what miniature painting is, though, right? Just painting to kind of cut down on your backlog of minis that you bought.
Yeah, no, it's not
But
fun.
then
It's just
you
work.
paint one and then you go buy 10 more.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
that's
and
how it
then
works.
when you base them and you're like, man, I'm getting good at basing, then you have to go back and rebase all the shitty ones that you didn't base before.
It's a vicious cycle.
Deal. All right, so I'm going to have you bring up Facebook for the questions.
In the meantime, I'd like to give some shout-outs to the people watching right now.
Deal.
We've
Let's
had some
do
nice,
that.
some nice folks hanging out for a little bit.
Hey, folks, thanks for hanging out.
So we've had Delta Squad. He's been around for pretty much since we started.
Yeah.
We've had Jackson Kuranai, who came by and wished us happy birthday.
Happy birthday, us.
Mike Aiello's, of course, here.
Hey, Mike. I love you.
Dragon Hunter stopped by. Then we've had Death Penguin Zed and Rick Cope. They've been hanging out as well.
Rick, I have some of your comments in the other ones. I know we didn't get to read one of yours, but I have a ton over
He's
there.
got a couple questions on here too.
Oh, good. Well, we'll get to your
And
fucking
Mike
questions
really
for
wanted
sure.
to know if that was porno or not. He was very shocked.
Which one? Oh,
It's
yeah.
on
that
I'm not
comment.
entirely sure.
I mean,
Maybe?
months ago we asked for fanfic, and that's the only one that's been sent to us.
Yeah.
So
Uh-oh.
That's one of those ways how you know we made it, is we have fanfic
Uh-oh.
now. It's not of Remy.
So Death Penguin Zed said, Circle Jerk plus Jenny, and then Mike followed it up with Death, and here comes the sexual harassment claim.
oh, no.
What's the worst part is I think I'm technically the HR for nerds and stuff as well. So
Oh,
do the
conflict
math
of
on
interest!
that.
Conflict of interest!
Actually, I think it's my Boston Terrier Mups, but he's
Oh, God.
Oh, no. We're all
he's a bigger
screwed.
pervert than I am. Yeah, you go
He has no realistic expectations of boundaries.
like Daniel would go up to him and be like, "Hey, Martin asked me to perform oral intercourse with him," and Mups goes, "And you didn't ask me." Yeah, he's a pervert. Also, that's my Ender voice. Both my dogs have voices. I'm crazy, but it's also kind of Kreeblik's voice, so it's fun. I use my powers for good.
It is Kriblik's voice.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Became
Right. So is that all for the?
Well, we've also had Huckleberry Kappa show up,
Yeah, I know that guy.
who says "God help
Yeah.
nerds" and stuff.
God help us all.
God help us. Indeed.
Yeah. Deal. Well, thank you all for joining us on a Wednesday night / Thursday morning for some of you crazy cats. We're very much happy
/
to
Monday
be here.
afternoon for you time travelers.
Ooh. Insert time traveling joke here. All right, let's get to some questions.
We've got to go
All
back,
right.
Doc.
Our first question is from Mike Aiello. What other games will the group be doing that will use the same type of mechanics as Friends Like These Urban
Oh
Shadows?
yeah! Oh
It's a
yeah!
great
Oh
question.
yeah! I'm gonna have to cover my half chub right now because I love Powered by the Apocalypse. So, Urban Shadows uses the Powered by the Apocalypse system, and literally today, right before we hit go live, I was reading Apocalypse World, which is the original book. It is second edition, but it's the original inspiration. And there is a very strong chance, I'm not going to promise anything, but there's a very strong chance we'll be playing Apocalypse World next.
We get in trouble with promises.
Yeah, I've promised like 7 dreads at this point. I'm just going to shut up. So, no, we have a lot of games. Right now, Apocalypse World is my biggest interest as far as systems. So we have, we went out to dinner not long ago.
Dungeons and Dragons!
And
No.
go to your room. Just go.
You've been banished.
But we were talking about Apillion, and we have a very unique angle on how we want to do
Yeah.
Apillion. We're not going to talk about it yet before somebody steals it.
This is
Because we're
super under wraps.
we have a really fun. So Apillion is baby dragons saving the Dragon Kingdom with the power of friendship, and we want to make this.
Dragon ponies.
It's My Little Pony, but dragons. Absolutely.
It's My Little Dragon.
we
Thank
we
you very
want
much.
to play this rated G, but the most fucking NC-17 rated G you can imagine, and
So-
we've already brainstormed some fun ideas.
It's the usual nerds and stuff, but somehow it's kind of like in the late '90s. You could go to the like corrected movie stores, and you could get where they had censored in like replacement words.
Yeah. So we're planning on that because you can imagine us knuckleheads playing baby dragons, saving the kingdom with the power of friendship. That would be a lot of fun. Apocalypse World, obviously, spewing forth Apocalyptica would be a lot of fun. We would very much like to return to Urban Shadows. New Salem was a gorgeous setting that we cooperatively built, and I would love to return there.
The city lives on.
Yeah. So that's just a couple. Between the lot of us, we probably have at least a dozen plus Powered by the Apocalypse games.
Mm-hmm.
So we're sorting through and trying to figure out what best suits our playstyle and stuff like that. We've even done a couple betas of games that were kind of on the fence about making to the channel, and we played them and just kind of getting the feel for them and stuff like that. One last one is Masks. Teenage superheroes dealing with their superpowers and just being a teenager.
In high school.
In high school, bro. So be sure to look for that, because that's going to be a combination of like Echoes, us playing high schoolers, and Urban Shadows, but instead everybody's superheroes instead. Yeah, so maybe a mix of those two. So feel free to not watch those when they come out, because they're going to be horrid. They're just going to be debauchery. Yeah, that circle jerk we were talking about plus Jenny. Deal. All right. Was that... Yeah, so
that
I
was Mike's.
hopefully that answers your question, Mike. We would love to play more Powered by the Apocalypse games.
They're awesome. Our next question is from Earl, and I'm sorry, Earl, I don't know how to pronounce your last name.
It starts with a J.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Jensvold or Jensvold or something. Has anyone else considered taking up the DM seat?
Yeah, yes.
I actually have for the channel.
Yep,
And am in the process of preparing another system.
So he has run a one-shot before. I really love to DM. It's probably my preference over being a player, so that's why I do it so much. I've been doing it for a long time, so I'm kind of good at it. But yeah, I always encourage... I definitely want to get him on the channel and run...
He's been pressuring me to run something, and I've got a couple ideas.
We've got two equally ridiculous ones.
One is Pugsmire,
I want to play that so bad.
for those of you who don't know, it's a reskin of D&D 5e where you play as dogs.
Yep.
It was one of 2 ridiculous things Sterling brought back from Gen Con last year.
Yep.
The other being a shoulder puppet.
One we tease him about. One we're really excited to play with still.
And then the other one I'm kind of looking at is the Worldwide Wrestling, which is a Powered by the Apocalypse system that you play a professional wrestling group.
Yep. Just, it's basically WWE, Glow, and all of our stupid shit had a smush sandwich and made a role-playing game.
And then, so...
Yeah, so I've encouraged people. We haven't been able to get together as much as we wanted to lately, so we're just trying to finish up Star Wars right now, so you guys don't hunt us down and kill me, mostly me. But yeah, so, you know.
So Mike has volunteered a suggestion to us.
Uh-oh.
Of 7th C.
We hear you. I have 7C. If I wasn't so lazy, I'd go get my book to prove it, but it's on my bookshelf.
We'd probably hit the camera and knock it over.
So
I almost bought the collector's edition of it because I was so excited when it came out.
Oh, shit.
That's major money.
I didn't.
That's major money. We actually are all doing
Yeah,
a one
so
shot.
I was gonna say
Go
we're all
ahead.
playing in a Gen
Jenny is
Con.
joining us at Gen Con
I
this
get
year.
to go to Gen Con. It'll be fun. But yeah, we're all playing that one, and we're all playing Masks, right?
Correct.
Yep.
And we're all playing Fate, which was another
different times, yeah.
question that somebody else asked us, is if we ever had plans on playing like a generic system. And so we're going to try out Fate. And I don't know if it's Fate Core or Fate Accelerated or
I
whatever.
think it's Core.
But yeah, we're going to try that out because I have a lot of crazy ideas that don't really fit into a system. And maybe we play that, you know. Right. So
Ricky,
hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah, that was a great question.
Ricky!
Ricky asks, what is each person's favorite campaign or one-shot on the channel?
Deal. I'm going to let Jenny go first.
Yeah.
I just read the next question, and it's a good one.
My favorites are still probably Dread.
Which one?
I don't know which one. All of
Now you're just
them.
going to get everybody all dread
I know.
crazy.
I am gonna get everybody all dread.
Dread.
Crazy.
More
But
Dread.
the Dread is the first role playing game that I ever played, so I think it kind of has like a soft spot in my heart. And so anytime Martin ever talks about playing Dread, I'm always on board.
And I don't talk about it very often.
No.
Because then
It's
I get
sad.
these guys all hyped up. I have a pretty crazy idea for Dread, but I can't talk about it.
I know
because
you've
the
talked to me about it.
I know. The logistics are very complex.
But yeah, I think Dread is my favorite one shot, and then obviously I've only been in one campaign so far.
Because you've played in 2 of the 3 Dreads, right?
Mhm.
You did Beneath the Metal Sky and Boomtown USA,
Mhm.
but you played that one. Oh, you played Echoes off camera.
I've played Echoes off camera.
Yeah.
Echoes was my first I ever played. And then as far as other one shots, I've been in 10 Candles. I was in Dungeon World,
Mhm.
and then I've done LOA. So I haven't done another campaign. I love LOA though.
So what was your favorite Dread between those 3? You have to pick one.
If I have to, between those 3,
Yeah.
Probably Echoes.
Oh man, that's off camera too.
No,
You can't even appreciate that. We
But
recorded it.
But my favorite on camera would be Boomtown.
Boomtown is a silly game.
Mhm.
I was gonna say fuckfest, but
That's Echoes.
that's. I think that's 2 midgets shitting in a bucket. Daniel,
Were we just going one shots?
He said campaign or one-shot.
Okay, because it's friends like these for me.
easily.
That
Okay.
was
Then favorite one shot as well.
That I have played in. Shit, man, there's been a lot.
It just says on the channel.
Come back to me. Come back to
Okay.
me for that one.
Okay. I'll go. Friends Like These is the best thing I've ever ran as a GM, so that's easy. I love playing Legacy of Ash, but Friends Like These really did it for me as a storyteller way more. And I think the rule system empowered us more than held us back. So that's my favorite campaign, easily. One shot, I think Echoes is the funniest thing we've ever done, but I can't recommend it to people because
Just
the
tell my
audio is just
answer.
fairly terrible in that, because there's some weird stuff when we did our live stream. On the sly, though, one of my favorite one-shots is the second fiasco I played in, which was The Heroes We Deserve. I played with a bunch of improv actors, and it was ridiculously funny. One of the clips is in our new channel trailer, where I broke one of our friends, where he couldn't stop laughing because of a creep bag thing that I said. One of the guys said I'm the biggest douche he's ever met. I think he's talking about my character, but could be talking about me. I don't
A little
know.
bit of both.
Yeah, a little bit of both. Right, so that's me.
I got my one shot.
Hey!
I think it's Beneath the Metal Sky,
Okay.
and it was because of Daniel Sheldon. I think that was the first
Yeah.
trade he played,
Yep.
and he was dumb and drank a bunch of Mountain Dew before
Oh,
getting
man.
started.
His,
So-
his
so
his reactions and his
Oh,
face
man.
during all of that, it was pretty great.
And his desperate attempts to sacrifice himself, but get stuck
Every
in the rest of
single
the story.
time. Every single time.
Yep.
That was just so great.
That was a great one shot. Sterling,
Oh, I was gonna go on to the next question without answering.
we'll get to it, guy.
You're
having
in
too
some
much
kind
fun.
of hurry.
No, definitely Friends Like
We've
These
got to fill an hour, guys.
is the best campaign I've played in. For story wise and stuff. And then my favorite one shot, I was gonna say Echoes as well.
You can still say it.
Because it's got, especially that first hour, just has some of the most
It's got
ridiculous,
hot tub pocket beer.
Which is, mainly your character.
the most ridiculous moments, and inside jokes that we joke about, like, often to each other.
And we still give Sterling shit about the ending.
As we should. When I was going through comments, someone just shamed you on the internet.
As well they should have.
It was one of our regulars too. It was like, you piece of shit. You know, when you feed a child to an innocent, mentally disabled child to the heart of darkness, you deserve everything you get on the internet, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sir.
Hey, how do you think I got so good at Dread? It's by sacrificing children.
We play weird games on our channel.
Not all of them make it to YouTube.
No, we actually are going to put robes and go do cult stuff after this. So
Yeah.
All right. Last question on the.
Our last question on Facebook is another one from Ricky. What is your favorite NPC in any game, and why is it Bango?
It's not Bango.
Oh, come on, Jetty. You love Bango.
That is an interesting question.
We were having this discussion the other day, and I've got a real solid tie. I love Robbie from Friends Like These and Zoe, and it's hard for me to really settle between one of them. Zoe was the most fun to interact with, but Robbie was just fucking hilarious. And especially because he didn't really do anything. But I just loved those two NPCs so much.
They're
Creed looks pretty fun
adorable.
too, though.
Creed looks fun.
He's aight.
He's high.
I was actually gonna say Zoe, not Joey,
Joey.
as well. Like just the fun things we did with her. If you don't know the character, she's like an oracle. So we go to her for like help,
Advice.
and Jake's getting like phone calls the entire time, and so like
It's a great scene.
Zoe will do these things where she reacts just like a second before she probably should to something. And so she'll like cover the phone right as it starts ringing and like, you should go answer that in the bathroom.
It's like one of those weird moments where GM knowledge is really cheeky and fun. Yeah, but doesn't like ruin the game or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So Zoe.
And why Bango is my favorite is he's Bango. Like,
what an entrepreneur.
He's a hard worker. He gets the job done, and he's just so much fun to mess with. And he bought us a lot of drinks.
Yeah, Corellia Bango is amazing. Any Bango past that is just like a grumpy.
mean.
Yeah. We just robbed him and robbed him and robbed him until we got him arrested, and now he's really bitter.
Disrupted his arms.
I don't get it.
Yeah. But for all of you guys who are caught up, guys and gals who are caught up to Legacy of Ash, just know that Bango is not finished with the crew of the Cobalt Crate quite yet.
Great.
Mike Aiello said his favorite character is Kevin.
Welcome to the Barge Right In. Yeah, so we actually released a Flat Circle 0.1, 2, and 3, and the Barge Right In made it. Actually, Delta Squad pointed this out, but that's the origin of the Barge Right In. He had read it in a book, and I took it and twisted it into something dumb, and then we just kept doubling down on it
for the
last like 6 years. So.
I think that's how all of our NPCs start too. Is we just take them and don't
not
let
all
them
of them.
die. No,
Just a
but
pretty high number.
a lot of them, like Tony Cupcake and all of his cousins in various spots.
I hate the cupcake.
Stay tuned. The Cupcake family swells. The Cupcake family grows in episode 9.
I don't know if I have a favorite.
What?
I know. Well, I don't.
I haven't touched you with story.
It's
time.
Creebling.
I think. It is Creebling.
It's Vox.
It's-
Come on.
But see, Vox and Anders and RC, they like kind of cross that line for me though. Because I mean, I
'Cause they're
realize they're
NPCs.
NPCs, but they're also bigger parts of stories than like Tony Cupcake or Mike.
Yeah,
Or
that's a really weird distinction too, because I only like haphazardly create character sheets for them, so I don't know if I've ever considered them to be like DM PCs
Because they're not fully flushed out.
Yeah, and like I never make them. I never like to make them integral to the action.
Yeah.
They're always like great for the plot, especially obviously Vox is integral to the plot, but like when we're doing rounds of combat, I forget about them and I don't encourage them to like steal the spotlight from you guys.
I mean,
if
Var's
combat's
favorite
going
NPC.
bad, then
yeah.
Then
Var's
we need a
favorite
bailout.
NPC is definitely Vox, but I think me, like my favorite, like that we did like interactions and stuff for is Anders, just because when he left, it hit harder than I thought it would, both as a player and a character.
Okay, so just fuck RC then.
Yeah, just fuck RC.
His
nostrils.
I've got the biggest nostrils in heaven. No, he didn't go to heaven.
Oh God, no! Clones don't go to heaven.
Clones don't have souls. All right. Actually, I might have to use my executive power to veto that because I think I actually know your favorite NPCs.
Okay.
I think we
Oh
met
shit!
them.
Are you just gonna tell us what we know?
No, well, I think we met them at the aquarium.
No! 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 No!
I don't even know if Skag was actually coming.
We're blowing up the mic.
Oh, Sorry, headphones listeners. We just fucked your eardrums.
This is the
Yeah.
last you will ever
Oh.
see of me.
Yep,
Yep.
we spiked it good. Sorry, listeners at home.
Deal.
And no.
Yeah, that's how much she hates. She absolutely.
I hate them so much, and I hated them so much when it was happening, and it's even worse now.
Okay, so I'll answer my favorite. So
Mike says his ears are bleeding.
that's fair. No, right. So my favorite NPC, one of them is Aurora. I'm gonna do a couple because I can cheat because I'm the GM.
Always bending the goddamn rules.
Hey, I make the rules. I am the law, says Judge Dredd. Aurora, she was something that we made up as a rumor before a session of Friends Like These.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch Friends Like These, she was such a footnote into such a powerful plot point that it really showcased for me how flexible the system was and how when we pressed on things, how integral some things can be a part of. I know this is really vague, but Aurora went from nothing halfway through the campaign into one of the most powerful moments at the end of Friends Like These. So that was really cool. RC, for sure, he had always been planned as an NPC to kind of meet the party, tag along or join them or, be a guest for a little while or something like that. And I just had him as like a clone who was like a tour guide kind of thing. And
for me, like, I didn't really count RC as an NPC.
See?
Because for me, it was an opportunity to actually be able to play with you as a character. Because normally, there's very rare opportunities where it's not you or I running a game. So we don't get the opportunities to really play together. And RC and Bruto had a lot of good connections. And he's definitely missed.
That's absolutely. So I think that's also a good NPC too, is one that has an integral part in the story. Because, there's some points where we just like catch all the NPCs ever. We even had a lot of jokes about that. It's like, this is just the NPC collection crew.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Yep,
Pokemon in space.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think when we have less NPCs but more powerful reasons why they're there, then that makes some really fun characters for me to play. But one of the questions, because I know we're almost out of time, one of the questions that I wanted to pitch to you guys is, who's your least favorite NPC? I know we already got yours. I think you already had your
mine.
answer almost immediately.
Tony Cupcake.
Oh, come on. I love Tony.
You're just saying that because you made him up.
Yeah, but he was fun.
For me, I'll go and then I'll let Sterling a little bit of time to think. I really feel like I mismanaged Anders for a lot of Legacy of Ash. I didn't know who he was or what he was doing or why he was a part of the crew. I thought it was really cool just to have an Alderaan survivor, but I didn't flesh him out further than that, and it took him a long time to get any sort of weight. And when he finally did get weight, it was literally the night that I found out what Anders' purpose was, he left the campaign. So it took me, playing for about a dozen or 2 hours to finally figure out what that character was doing in the story. And so for me, that was probably one of my least favorite people that I've created, is because I like to have NPCs that mean something and that matter and that aren't just faceless or nameless or easily forgotten about. And we forget about RC a lot and stuff like that, but I think that's just because I'm trying not to make him such a prominent, I'm not trying not to play the game for them kind of thing. I'm trying to give him a voice in the party and point out things that players might not always get, that, so they don't not fuck up or like not railroad or anything like that.
We
but
fuck
like,
up just fine.
yeah, like I give them plenty of rope to hang themselves, but like whenever they're feeling stuck, you kind of need that like, hey, what if we do this? Just and then back away kind of thing. And Vox does that sometimes, but nobody understands him when I just say wah wah. So, all right, least favorite NPC.
So he's not a bad NPC for any reason, but it's
Terrible.
a character reaction to why he is a least favorite NPC.
Okay.
And it's Trent from Friends Like These. Like, Aurora came from a rumor, and it actually started off the campaign, and it was just something that set Calvin into a downward spiral from the very beginning of the game, up to the point where me as a player was so frustrated with, or me as a player as a character was so frustrated with this NPC that we actually got into like a shouting match.
The immersion's going too deep.
Like,
Yeah, there was a lot of bleed.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like a great character, but just playing as Calvin. Calvin was not a fan of him. So
Yeah, and I definitely think too that like that was a much harder part too, because with that campaign everything was so close to the chest that when there was such a rival to Calvin, that it was very deep and intimate.
Toad
So
was also a great NPC now that I'm thinking about it.
who was?
Toad.
Yeah, someone actually left a comment about. I was actually joking about this with some of the people I was going to play before, because I was doing Toad's voice, but Toad is also the same voice as like Hoggle from the Labyrinth or what Weldorf.
I don't think Toad had
From
the same voice
Master
in any
of the
episode.
Universe. Well,
No, I don't think he did.
Cosmic Key. Yeah. So, anyways, that's about. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on?
We had a couple other people stop by.
Okay. Hi, people that stopped by.
Hi.
Hulk
Hi.
Gamers came by for a bit, and somebody named Clark Kent.
Oh, hi.
So
I
we
won't
will
tell
keep
anyone your
Clark.
secret.
And it's nice to see you, Hulk.
Deal. Well, that will do it for our 1 hour hangout. Happy birthday, nerds and stuff. We just hit 2 years old. But thank you so much for joining us, not just tonight, but for the past months, weeks, years. I'm going to let each one of these kind of yahoos do like a closing we love you kind of stuff, and then we'll bounce out of here. Popcorn Jenny, tell them how much their,
Tell them who you
their
are.
viewership
This
and
is the first time they've seen you.
This is the first. This is the first time
in
they've
Couch
seen me
Time.
on Couch Time.
You're live.
This is
Make
the first
'em
time they've seen me
shine.
without Sterling being in the way.
True. And I have called that I get to sit in a different spot the next campaign.
She doesn't want to sit next to the speaker for when
I
I
don't
blow
want
her
to sit
eardrums
next
out.
to the
Yeah.
speaker. But yeah, you guys mean a lot to me and to everyone here, because it means that we get to keep doing what we love to do. And it's like, I don't want to say opening new doors, but I'm getting to play new games I never would have played, or go to Gen Con, which is nothing that would have ever been on my radar before. So I appreciate all of you.
Deal. Popcorn Daniel.
Oh, me.
Yeah. Sterling's
Well-
going last. He's everybody's favorite.
It's been a crazy 2 years. When we initially started the channel, there wasn't a lot of traction. It was kind of discouraging for a while. We went through a long dry spell before we even really had any momentum that wasn't from family. And now we're sitting just under 4,300 subscribers. And that blows my mind, because like my high school graduating class was like 270 people. And I didn't even know a third of them. I can't even fathom that there's 4,300 people that listen to me on a regular basis. I feel sorry for them. But we really love the interactions we get to have with you guys. If it wasn't for you, the fans, I mean, we wouldn't still be doing this.
Absolutely. Are you good?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
I'm gonna start
You're gonna
crying.
make me cry. If you start crying, I'm gonna
You
cry.
know that- oh god, that would just be a mess.
So, we started out this. It might have been slow. I don't know. Hopefully, it wasn't too much of a circle jerk. But we read all those comments, and me being the guy that runs the channel, I get to read all the comments first, and most of the time I'll share them with everybody else if I remember, which I usually do. But we have something like 1,100 comments on the channel, and that means a lot to me. that is you. I don't leave comments on YouTube channels. I'm just not that guy. So when we get a comment, I appreciate it even more because I know how much I don't care to do that. And for someone to go out of their way to tell us how much they enjoyed something that we did, or how crazy they thought something else was in our finale, or how much they appreciate Daniel's miniature painting videos. That really means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to them as well, because you guys are going out of your way to say those nice things. And the internet is a fucking weird place, and it's so easy to be an asshole on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And we have been so incredibly lucky to have amazing fans, people that don't just shit on us for no reason. Even as simple as leaving a like on something. We have something like, for every 50 likes we get 1 dislike on our stuff. And I don't know what the YouTube average is, but for me, like, that's really fucking cool.
That's really good.
That's really cool. And it just continues to reaffirm that what we're doing and what we're spending all this time and energy working on means something not only to us, but to you as well.
Mm-hmm.
And proof is in the pudding. You guys are sitting here on a Wednesday night watching us do nothing on a couch for an hour. And I hope you guys had fun, because I sure as hell did. And I'm looking forward to what the next 2 years brings.
Yeah, I don't know why you make me go last.
Because you're the favorite, Sterling.
I am not.
Just show him your boobs.
We're just waiting for that.
That.
All right, that's the time we got for today.
No, I mean, this channel has been awesome. It's been so much fun, like, getting to do something with my friends, as well as basically getting new friends and family members through the channel. Like, I love our Facebook page. We have great interaction there. And, yeah, I'm just excited for the years to come working on this, so.
Yeah, deal. So thank you thank you everybody so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for all the bodies.
Yeah. No, thank you for swinging by. Thank you for watching this 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 years down the road. That will do it for tonight. We do have Legacy of Ash coming, I think, in a week and a half. So like, yeah, a week and a half. I think we'll be putting out the start of the end. We're already in talks about our next campaigns and next one-shots, and I'm actively recruiting people from my region to play games at the table. So we are back at it, and we are rocking and rolling, and we can't wait to bring you guys more amazing content. So we will see you again next time, and until then, tell a story, share an adventure. That's really cool. Now I have to like get up and